Hey up and welcome to Corey's Corner, to another video. So sorry I've been gone for like a week, but the reason I was missing was basically because I went back to school for like a week and it was pretty interesting. It was just the usual black pill shit, but I'm going to talk about it. Some of the shit is unbelievable, right? So a little bit about me. Sorry, I have a really blocked nose. I'm like allergic to everything, I'm sorry. So yeah, the last time I was in school was when I was in college, right, which was not that long ago, but I ended up dropping out, which is like a whole other video that I'll probably never make because no one really cares. But that was the last time I was in school, and my school experience was just like everyone else's, to be honest. Like, I didn't have any friends really. I had like one friend. Apart from that, no one else talked to me. In my most of my classes, no one talked to me. No one really cared about me. Definitely didn't have a girlfriend or anything like that, right? The usual stuff. So I wasn't really expecting anything different from this week, and I didn't get anything different, but I still want to talk about it because I think it's interesting, right? So I'm going to university in like a few months now, and the course I'm doing is like a science course. I'm not going to give too much away, but basically in this country there's this thing called a CPAC, right, which is basically like lab work. When you're in the lab, you're doing experiments and shit. That's basically what it is, and if you pass it, it means that you're good doing experiments and stuff. So your teacher will like tick you off, and it's not like a score. You either pass or fail it, right? So, and I didn't get mine. I guess I technically failed it, but I never did it because I wasn't like there, right, in my college. So what that would mean is I'd have to take a foundation year at my university. Now I don't really know what that means, but I think what it means is like there'd be a year. I'd do like a year extra, but what I mean is I don't know what I would do in that year, but I definitely don't need it because like I know all the stuff from from like my school and stuff. Just because I dropped out, I still did the work, right? I still got the grades I needed to go to university and stuff, but it'd be better obviously not to have to do that, right? So what my mum did, she did this thing where it's like this like summer school basically, where you go to this like school and they like do all the experiments in like a week, and then you get your thing, you get your little results and stuff. So I don't have to do a foundation year, which is obviously good. So I ended up doing that. I went to this college, right? So I really like hated school when I was a kid, just because like just everything about it I hated. But this wasn't as bad because it was only 4 days, right? And they weren't really strict. It wasn't really a school. It was like a tutor, and you just went in there and did your thing, right? I also had to go into the city to do this, which I didn't like. I hate going into the cities. I hate how like dirty it is. There's like trash everywhere. It's all filthy and stuff. It stinks. There's loud noises. It's like an assault of the bloody senses. It's just, being in a city is just mental chicken oriental, and I just cannot stand being in the city, right? But I had to go in there for 4 bloody days. It was awful, right? I also don't like being in a city, right? Because if there's like a nuclear like strike or something, I'm really scared like I'd die. I don't know if that's irrational or not, but it's something, I think, right? And I also hate the city because there's so many people there. It's like I hate people obviously, but like people are just so loud and obnoxious in the city. They're worse in the city than they are in like the countryside, I think. I don't know what it is about people from cities, but they're just ruder. I feel like they all look at me like I've got like a tumor growing on my fucking head or something. The way they like look at me, like when I walk past them, like they raise their eyebrows and stuff. They're really confused looking at me. I don't know why. I don't know what's wrong with me, but that's the kind of thing actually. That's like, you're black-pilled when you can relate to that. Like when you're a kid, you're walking around school and people would never look at you, like never give a shit about you, but whenever they did look at you, they'd like look at you in a really confused way, like you're not meant to be there kind of thing. That's how you know you're black-pilled. If you can relate to that, I don't know what to tell you, right? So yeah, I went to this college, right? On the first day, my mum dropped me off, right? And the thing is, like, before she left, like, I sat down in this class, right, and she insisted on taking me all the way up there, which I didn't want her to do. But I sat there, and she was like going to this like tutor or this teacher at the front of the class, whatever you want to call them, who was a woman, by the way, might I add. And she was like whispering to her, and she was like, I know she was whispering because she didn't want me to hear, but I know what she was saying because she always says this shit to anyone. Whenever there's like a teacher, she has to like explain how like I'm like an autistic like retard who can't like talk to people and stuff, and you know what I mean. And the thing is, like, I know that's what she's saying because as soon as people find out, they talk to me differently. So everyone here is like at least 18 or older, right? Like most people were 19 there, right, at this college. So like we're not like kids, but the teacher just talked to me like I was a retard the whole time, like I was like a little kid or something. Like I couldn't understand stuff, which, like, I know she only did that because of what my mum said. I wish my mum hadn't said that. you know. I mean, the teacher probably thought I was there because I failed my my lab work because I'm a retard, which might not be far from the truth, but still, it just sucks because like as soon as people find out, they start treating me differently. You know what I mean? And it's like, I just wish, yeah, I don't know. So when we got in, right, my plan was just to find like the nerdiest looking kid and like partner with them to do all the work, right? Because the teachers don't tell you what to do. That you're meant to like know already. That's the whole point of the of the test. Is like you just need to like know what you're doing, right? So I thought I won't have to do any work, right? I'll just find like the nerdiest looking kid and go with him. I'm really sorry about my nose. I don't know. I'm like allergic to everything, and it's just not a good time of year to be allergic right now. I'm really sorry. But anyway, this kid I found, he had like glasses and he was kind of chubby. So I thought he looked good. So I kind of partnered with him. As soon as I partnered with him, like this Korean kid walked in, this Asian kid walked in, right? If I'd have known he was about to walk in, I would have waited, but whatever, it's fine, right? So this kid, I thought he was going to like carry me the whole time, but he turned out to be pretty useless. If anything, I carried him, right? I mean, he was friendly enough, he was fine, there was nothing wrong with him, and he wasn't like an idiot or anything, but he just, I just ended up doing like 90% of the work, I don't know, yeah. Like he was fine enough, yeah, I guess, but there was one annoying thing he kept doing. He kept like asking me if I'd done something right, like over and over again, and I'd like explain to him like, yeah, like this is fine, and he's like, are you sure and stuff, and it's like, I know I was right, and he kept asking. Like for example, there's this machine called a colorimeter, right, which is like it's basically just a measuring instrument, right, and you have to calibrate it, right, to measure things. And he kept asking me if I'd calibrated it, and I kept saying yes, I have. And he kept asking like, are you sure? Do we need to do it again? And it's like, you only need to do it once, and then you take the things, you know. That's just what I'm talking about. But only low, like I wasn't like mad or anything. It was fine. But I'm just saying like. So of course there's quite a few people in our class, right? And of course there are a couple of girls in our class. I don't know if I've ever actually said this in like in a video or not, right? But I really don't like girls. Like everything about them, I just don't like them. Like how they like take their notes with like coloured pens and stuff and stickers. They have their little animal rubbers. You know the ones I'm talking about. I just don't like them, right? So there were a lot of like I don't know what the term is. I don't know what the right word to use is. I'll just use this word, right? If it's offensive to someone, then sorry, but I don't know the right word, right? There were a lot of like crippled girls at the school for some reason. Like when I came in on the first day, there was like a girl in a wheelchair at the lift, and the lift was out of order, and our classroom was on the 4th floor. Yeah, I don't know why. I didn't see her again after the first day. Actually, she was there with like I assume her mum. I don't know. And she was like, oh, the lift's out of order, we can't get up and stuff. And I just walked past them because I can't do anything, right? I can't make the lift go, and I never saw her again, right? There was another girl with like a walking stick for some reason. Well, I mean, obviously she's got something, right? I don't mean it like that, but she was really annoying. Actually, I'll talk about her a little bit. She had like you know those bags with like the Fox logo on it? They're like kind of square, like backpacks, or like I don't know what the term is, but you know that brand's really common. She had like a denim jacket on. She looked like an idiot in my opinion, right? But anyway, so yeah, at one point, this is on the same day. This is on the first day, right? We had to go out into this field. Obviously, it's in the city, but it's like a little park, right? Just to count flowers or some shit like that. Something to do, like some experiment, right? So we were counting flowers, me and my partner, and I was getting him to do the work because the thing is, like, I'm kind of the brains behind the operation, you know. But I don't need to be counting stuff, you know. He can handle that, right? So I was just kind of having my lunch. I had this like packed lunch. My mum got me like some sandwiches and shit, and I was just sitting on this wall eating, and this girl, this like walking stick girl, was in a group with like 3 other girls, right? And she was also sitting on the wall, right, like a few feet away from me. I didn't even know she was there when I went to sit on the wall, but anyway. And I was just looking around, and I saw like she like looked over at me, and I looked over at her, and she really quickly like looked away, because it's like literally the idea of making eye contact with me is like scary for her. Like she'd get diseased by looking at me. Like I know I'm not attractive to girls, but like really, you know what I mean? It's just harsh. It's really harsh. But anyway, right, I was sitting there just having my lunch, as you do. And she said that this random word. I think it was like elephant or something, or like giraffe, just to no one out of nowhere. I don't know what she was doing. Maybe she had like Tourette's or something. I don't know. But I was like, I thought she might be talking to me. Yeah, I know. I should know by now. No woman would ever be talking to me. I know. But I thought like, what's the harm, right? So I was like, what? and she like looked really quickly at me, and her eyes were like really wide, and she was like, nothing, really quickly. Like she was actually like scared and like panicked, you know what I mean, or disgusted at the idea of talking to me. Like she wanted to speak really quickly to just get over with as soon as possible. It's like, what? You know what I mean? That is harsh. You know it's over when crippled girls are turning you down. But anyway, yeah, that was that. So on the third day of this like 4-day like summer school thing, right? I know it's not the summer, but I'm just calling it that, right? On the third day, we had to like share results. Now this is something that's kind of common in lab, where like if you don't have enough time to get like an average or whatever, you're meant to get like loads of results and work out an average because it's more like scientific or whatever. If you don't have the time to do that, then you can just share results with people and like add them together and stuff. You know what I mean? So we were going around the group sharing our results, right? So I went up to this group of girls and asked if we could have their results. Me and my partner, right? This nerdy, not nerdy kid, but this kid I was with. And they were like very rude and dismissive of me. They ignored me, like seriously. I had to ask 3 times and they didn't even give me the results in the end, which annoyed me because like we were meant to do that and we'd given them and all the other groups our results, but you know they didn't give. And you know I know it's because I asked as well. Like I bet there were a couple of Chads in the class, and I bet if Chad had gone up to her and asked her, oh hey, you know, can I have your results, she'd have given it to him. Or better yet, I bet if he'd gone up to her and asked her to drop her pants, she'd have done it right there and then for him. But no, not for me. No, you know, you can't even give me a little bit of basic. You don't even have to give it to me. Just like show me your piece of paper that you're writing on, and I can see it. You know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I don't know. So anyway, back on the first day, right after we had our lunch in this like field, or whatever, or this park, we went back to the college, or back to this school. It was like an empty school. It was like an actual school that people used, but obviously it's the holidays, so there aren't any kids there. It's just us. There's like 30 kids doing this like summer school, including me. I don't know like exactly 30, but you know, and like a couple of the teachers and the old tutors or whatever, and like the lab workers at the school. Like there's like you know, like the lab assistants who like get the equipment ready. That was it. It was like this huge school in the middle of the city, and there was like no one in it. It was kind of creepy actually, but we went back into this school and we had like 30 minutes until our next lesson started, so we just went into the school cafeteria. And this is what I'm talking about. It was kind of creepy because there was like 4 of us, right? It was me, my partner, and these 2 other kids, right? And we were just sitting there, and there's like 200 chairs in this cafeteria. It's like huge, and it's just us in here. It was kind of weird, but anyway. So we were sitting there, and this I'm pretty sure one of these kids we were sitting next to was like special because he didn't say anything the whole time. But there's this other kid was there, and he was talking to me and my partner, and he was like asking us like why we were there basically. And my partner was really vague with his reason. He was like, I did like an online school, but you know they didn't put my results forward and stuff. And he was just being really vague with his answers, like, you know what I mean. So me and this other kid, right, we kind of pushed him a little bit. Not so much me, but this other kid, because I didn't give a shit, to be honest. But this other kid like kind of pushed him on it. He was like, hey, why are you here and stuff. And from what I can tell, it basically turns out this kid just had like social anxiety and stuff that made him drop out of his last college, and that's why he was here. I guess like he was like vague because he was like embarrassed to tell us, I guess, I assume, I don't know, that's what I pieced together, which, I mean, I don't judge, it doesn't make any difference to me, I don't care, but yeah. So we were talking to this other kid as well, right, this kid who was asking us questions, and he was basically telling us why he was there. And he said he got like an offer from Oxford University, which, if you don't know, is like a really prestigious university. It's like one of the top universities in the country, I think. It's like one of probably like the best. I don't know if it's actually the best, but it's one of the top ones. You know what I mean? It's like Harvard or something. But yeah. So he was saying how he got this offer from them, but he had to come to this summer school to do his CPAC because he'd never got it, right. And because he said he got kicked out of his last school. He didn't say he left or dropped out. He said he got kicked out, which is like, if you go to school, you'll know, like, you have to do a lot to get kicked out. You don't just get kicked out for no reason. Like, you basically have to like try and murder someone to get kicked out of a school here, right? It doesn't happen easily. Like, yeah, like there's a lot of kids I know who should have been expelled from school and stuff who didn't. But anyway, right. So I was like, me and this other kid were like, well, my partner was kind of like he wasn't really talking or anything, so it was just me, but I was actually kind of interested now. So I was like, what did you do to get kicked out? You know, I asked him, and he was like, he was being really, really vague. He said he was like a part of a group chat and it was like he just got kicked out because of that. It's like, I don't even, whatever that means, I'd make of that what you will. I have no idea what he meant by that, but I like pushed him a bit more. I was like, what do you mean, what was in the group chat? And he said like, quote unquote, he said it was just like a really misogynistic group chat. I don't, whatever that means, make of it what you will, I don't know. But I think he was like embarrassed to tell us, because he was probably like a part of like, I don't know, like an incel group chat, but like a misogynistic group chat. And they found out, the school found out, and they kicked him out because of it. It must have been pretty bad for them to kick him out over it, or maybe he just left because he was like embarrassed about it. I don't know. Maybe he was getting bullied because of it. I don't know. Right? But the thing is, he was probably embarrassed to tell us, thinking like we'd think he was like a scumbag. But the thing is, like, he didn't know. He shouldn't have been embarrassed. He didn't know who he was talking to. He's talking to me. Like, I guarantee, however much he thinks he hates girls, I hate them more. I guarantee. I absolutely guarantee. I obviously didn't tell them about my YouTube channel or anything. Could you imagine? But anyway, yeah. But I get it, you can't go telling people that kind of stuff you've just met if you don't know what their opinion, you know, because if you told like 99% of people, they'd be like annoyed at you. But I said to him, like, I don't judge, man, I don't care, I get it, you know. I didn't say like I hate women too or anything, but I was just like, I get it, man, I don't know. Whatever you think, whatever you want. So yeah, I was kind of happy overall when it was finished, right? Because it's just a good thing to get done, and I didn't really enjoy being there, obviously. On the last day, like when I was leaving, we didn't leave at the same time. Whenever we finished our work, we were just able to leave, right? My partner was still working when I left, and I said like goodbye to him and stuff. I never knew his name. Like, I never asked him for his name, but he never asked me for mine. I know people be like, oh, you meant to introduce yourself, but he never told me his name. He never asked for mine, so I'm not. He was a bit of a social retard like myself. I'm not saying like he's a bad guy, because I am as well, but I'm just saying, right, you know, if I should have done it, so should he, so I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And besides, it's not like his name really matters, because he wasn't in my life long enough for it to matter, because no one like I meet stays in my life long enough for their name to matter to me, you know what I mean? I still, like, to this day, like, at this point, like, I don't even remember the names of some of the people I went to school with, to be honest. I mean, I haven't even been, like, I haven't even been finished with school for that long, and it's like I've already forgotten. But I'll tell you, the names I never forget are the names of all the girls who have rejected me, which is like a long list at this point, right? Obviously not like strangers and stuff, but you know what I mean, like girls I've asked out in school and stuff or whatever. I still remember all of them, yeah. Like I say, I really hate the city. Like, I just hate the filth and the trash on the side of the street, all over the street. It's like an open sewer. It's disgusting. It's like, it makes me feel sick, honestly, but it's okay, because one day a real rain will come, it'll wash away all the scum and all the trash on the street. So yeah, but I got my CPAC done. I hope I pass. I don't know if I pass until like I do my exams. I don't know why I'd fail, but whatever. Maybe I'll fuck something up. I always find a way. I always find a way to like mess up everything I do, especially in lab. I remember when I was in school, right? Me and my friend always were partners in lab, and we always ruined every single practical. Like, we never did any of them correctly. Yeah, we always failed every single one. It's like in Breaking Bad, you know, when like Walter's getting mad at Jesse and he's like, you could not even follow simple instructions. That was us basically. I've already picked which university I'm going to now, so I won't have to do a foundation year there, and it's all good. So that's pretty good. That's awesome. Sort of. Well, it might not be. Like my career and stuff, like my academic career is going pretty well, I guess. But in other ways, it's not going so well, obviously. And we'll see how long it takes for this to get fucked up, because I always find a way to ruin everything. But yeah, I mean, the holidays are coming to an end soon, so I'll be home alone more, and so I have time to record more videos, which will be cool, and I'll upload loads of videos. We're almost at 100 subscribers, which is really cool, so thank you guys for subscribing. My next video will be like a life update type of thing. I'll talk more about the university I'm going to and stuff, but yeah, until then, that's pretty much it.